And how would you say that growing up in Sicily influenced you and your music?
Wow. So I am Sicilian 100%. I was born and raised in Sicily, and I've had a weird relationship with my country, with my island, because I've always wanted to escape from here. I've always wanted to go far away and just, forget about the place where I came from. But the years passed and I kind of grew a love for my land. I actually love being here. I feel very inspired by everything that we have here, like the sea, the mountains, the people. Like I feel like this affection that I have for my country is in my music, even though I don't sing about it and I don't explicitly talk about Sicily, but it's part of who I am. So, yeah.
And how is that for you, Romy? Because you're from Groningen. We've had a couple of guests from Groningen.
Yeah.
And they say that it's really a tight community in Groningen, but
Yeah.
there's also a lot of possibilities to perform in Groningen.
Yeah.
How did Groningen inspire you or influence you?
Yeah, I think in a way that indeed Groningen feels sometimes as like a little village. Like if I go back now, because I don't live there anymore, but if I go back there, like I always meet people that I know, and it's so nice that you have that sense of community there so easily. And I think also in Groningen there are a lot of places you can jam and together and come together, and you have Vera, you have Oosterpoort, you have a lot of places to perform. And I feel like after maybe Corona or through Corona, like more musicians were coming together, and there was more a need of live music, especially at this place, the Zolder. There was never really a lot of musicians going there, but after Corona, just people wanted live music again. So yeah. That
And now
it's really nice.
You moved to Utrecht. It's
Yeah.
a different city, different vibe.
Yeah.
What did that do to you and your process of creating music?
It really created for me a space to be like, okay, where do I stand as a musician now? Where do I want to go? Because I felt in Groningen a bit like it was a bubble for me, and I wasn't feeling very creative anymore because I wasn't experiencing life anymore in a place of I felt like a bit stuck. So, and also as a musician, I wanted to build on my skills and become better at songwriting and producing. So that's why I decided to go to Utrecht and study music again. And now I feel like I'm a place where I create space where I can create again from a place of more knowledge instead of just creating from emotions.
And Jelle, would you say that you can see the difference in Romy since she left town actually?
Oh, that's a good question. Definitely, I think. I think Groningen it's a bubble, and we've done a lot of musical project. We played at a lot of places there, but since Romy is in Utrecht, she's studying music again, and she's very serious about it, and she takes all the new information and inspiration back to the band, and she does like producing on her own, but also I think to be able to play in Utrecht with all also other musicians, other jam sessions, whatever, like it's all good experience. So yeah, she's evolving still as an artist, as you should always be, I think. So
And you work together in creating music, obviously. How would you say is your process of creating new music? How would you describe that process when it comes to writing and
I
performing?
think you know those are with Rommy Gabay. Obviously, these are stories about things Rommy experienced, but musically it's an open process. Like it could be Romy producing or making a little demo. It could be her asking the band for specific grooves or reference things that she listens to that inspire her. And then yeah, I think it's an open process, a lot of work in the studio, creating an idea that is has enough elements to work out in the rehearsal space. And then yeah, then also it's an open process where every band member tries to add a little thing. uh, and at the moment, that's also what we're focused on. Again, we did a lot of gigs with the Pop Ronde in Holland. We played a lot of gigs. And then after, Romy was like, I need new energy. I want to think about the set. Like, which songs are we going to upgrade? So we're in that process now.
And which we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, leave?
Yeah, some songs like leave out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna leave. Yeah, we're gonna leave some songs, and because Romy has new stories, like she lives in a new city, it's new energy.
It was very interesting what Romy was saying about community, because in Palermo we have a very strong musicians community in the sense of people want to improve their skills, like their technique. So they do jam sessions, they do open mic nights. And I feel like at the beginning of my career, I looked up at these guys to these guys, and they were all like professionals, and I felt like I had to improve my skills. So the community is a big part in our cities because they can push you, like community can push you to take the best out of you
Yeah.
and go further and not stay where you are. And especially so before you travel and leave your city and before you go to other countries, it's like you need to work on yourself. And uh, it depends, of course, it depends on the level of your city. So it's very interesting that Romy felt the need to change and move away from her original city in order to feel inspired again. And this is what I've been going through as well as a singer songwriter. And I I am a folk singer songwriter, pop folk singer songwriter, and I feel like I need to be inspired again by the folk American community. And this is why I would love to go to places like Texas or Nashville in Tennessee, because I know that I will feel inspired again. Because once you reach your level, you're never like arrived. You always want to improve yourself. And sometimes this means that you have to change, you have to move cities, and you have to feel and be inspired again by different communities.
Yeah. Yeah, and take risks also in life.
Yeah, and
To
that's very scary.
It's so scary, but it's also necessary, I think, if you want to live like life as an artist, to
Yeah.
like face that scariness. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it when you are a woman as well, like when you take this step to move to another country or move to another cities, that's very brave, because I always feel like, I don't know, as a woman it's a little harder. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm Italian.
And maybe it depends on where you're going to, maybe.
Yeah, and I think it's also different. You live on an island.
Yeah.
Maybe that's also like a bigger step than
Yes.
if you would just live like in a city in Italy.